So my name is Asa McWilliams. I'm from Siemens Corporate Technology. I'm portfolio manager for augmented reality and virtual reality topics.
And I'm Rebecca Johnson, senior key expert for 3D platforms.
And we were trying to figure out, how many times we've been to this iPraktikum before. I think it's my 5th or so, and for you it must be the...
I think it's my 8th, 9th.
But I took part as a student in the software engineering practicum too. So yeah.
Okay, and I didn't study. So
come on. So we're here to present conversation space. This is going to be another topic about augmented reality. We heard that you already heard 1 or 2 topics on augmented reality today. It is a hot topic. I just came back from Augmented World Expo, which is why we came a little late today. That's going on in Munich today and tomorrow. So it's a hot topic, but we have a special twist on it. So as a first remark, we're Siemens, so we build big stuff like power plants, trains, hospital equipment, factory automation equipment, stuff that keeps the world working. And most of the stuff that we build is actually specialized and custom designed to fit one particular customer's specific needs. So the turbine has to fit exactly in that space, in that power plant, to produce just the right amount of power under these circumstances. The train has to fit the gauge of the rail system that it's working on. The hospital equipment has to fit into the hospital's workflows. And that plant has to be automated in such a way that it can produce, just the right kind of ice cream or process just the right kind of oil. Now, how do we figure out how to build exactly the right thing? It's really pretty simple. We need to talk to people. So we have customers and engineers talking, we have salespeople, we have users. It's all one great big conversation.
But no one writes anything down.
That is the problem. It's not true, of course, if we're sitting in a meeting room. There's always someone who takes notes. I'm sure in this course you'll be learning about the value of taking notes. Bernd is always very adamant about that. But here,
he's standing in a factory. His hands are...
And one of them actually does have some paper in his hand, but he's not using it to take notes. So we want you to augment this conversation. So give these folks a phone, have the phone listen to what people are talking about, and create an augmented reality tag cloud, create an augmented world of conversation topics showing the things that people are talking about, showing what they're thinking when they're talking about. Is this something dangerous like fire? Is this just something that is part of the solution space like steam and pressure? Is this an attribute like reliability? So for this, you'll have to capture what people are saying, send the text to a server, analyze it using artificial intelligence, create a 3D model intelligently representing the situation so that it can be viewed later by other people, and then display it in augmented reality with the AR kit. And we all know that displaying is easy nowadays, but do something hard before that. Now, the value of this, of course, is that people can look at what other people have been talking about in this space and then understand the whole ongoing conversation. We can do more than that. It doesn't just have to be, in one location. We can distribute this around a wider space, a factory, for example. So here in this factory, imagine the workers down there on the left have been talking about, everything's fine here. In the middle, there actually should be a snack cart because there's room in that space and people are hungry, so people have discussed that idea, and that has been augmented into the scene. And back there in the corner, it seems to be a little too cold. And this is really just an extension. We capture the location of the phone, and then we can create a 3-dimensional, large-scale map of ideas, of suggestions of things that are missing, things that could be improved. And you can visualize this as icons and as text, like I scribbled into this picture here, but you could also do something new. You could make a colored 3-dimensional heat map that changes over time of concepts and ideas, making it easy for anyone who looks at this space to see what it's supposed to look like in the future. We can go beyond that, too. It does not have to be tethered to the physical space. We can use it to show entirely virtual models. And so here we have essentially a virtual reality application in sales. In fact, let me show you something we already have here. So this is just a web browser for something. Yeah, exactly. This is a Siemens eHouse unit. This is something that you can plunk down in the desert or in the city if you want to store and transform the power from your photovoltaic system to the power grid. And let me click on this here for you. You'll see here, this is something that our salespeople use to highlight, the individual features of our products. And it's an interactive thing, but right now you can just sort of show things. It runs on a phone, it runs on a browser. This is one of the things that we program in our sort of day jobs when we're not doing iPraktika. We want to improve this, for example. You can go back to the presentation, and we could make this something that you can annotate. So don't just show it to the customer, point at the app on the screen as you walk around the model in front of you and say, I think this component should be bigger, I think this should go to the left, and we want to produce more power here. And then just record this all in one very easy, intuitive conversation, and later we will have an annotated 3D model of what the product is supposed to look like, and who said this, and when they said it, and whether they were happy or concerned when they said it. Oops.
So the app would basically be running the microphone and the camera, and you can use neural networks to get the facial expression. We can listen to the conversation, turn it into text, and there are also open source neural networks out there which will grab the tags from the conversation and give them a positive or a negative weight, basically. So if I'm talking to Asa about a horse, then I would want to use the tag, find a 3D model of the horse, and have the horse come closer or further away, however hateful or happily and cheerful I talk about the horse. Since we always like to support a number of devices, not just the iPhone, the architecture would be such that we put the neural networks and anything like all the back-end stuff onto the server. We have Amazon cloud servers that we can get up and running in minutes, and have more of like the front-end logic and the AR, obviously, running on the iPhone.
Then we'll go right on to what do you do if you've done all that and you built us a fancy app that runs, where's my phone? Here. It runs when you hold it like this. Once you've built that works in a sort of standard ARKit way, you can go on to put it in a cardboard-style display. So you run ARKit in your face. This is doable too. And of course, the interaction would change a little bit, but one of the nice things about conversation-style interaction is it will work when it's in your face, too. And if you've got that running on the iPhone, then you can have a HoloLens from us and build it on the HoloLens as well. So that means, go back to here, keep in mind the interface that you design between client and server, because different clients may use different technologies. So that's basically it. We want you to have fun. We want to have you build something new, something that looks different from what anyone has seen before. I mean, I don't think any one of you has ever seen a three-dimensional representation of a conversation. Neither have I, actually, so I'm looking forward to seeing the results of this. Join us for the conversation afterwards over our dinner, and help make our conversations at Siemens better. Because if these conversations are better, remember, this is the key. We understand what our customers need, we build the right thing faster, we get it out to market faster, and we get the world improved a little faster and a little better thanks to your help. Thank you.